A man arrived at a large company for a job interview. The annual salary for that position was $1 million. However, everyone was shocked to see his condition. His clothes were dirty, and there were paint stains on his face. The company owner was not pleased to see him, but the man made no excuses. He told the truth. He explained that he had been detained the previous night for not paying a traffic ticket, which is why he couldn't change his clothes. Hearing this, the owner mockingly asked, "If a man walked into an interview without a shirt and I gave him the job, what would you think?" The man smiled and replied, "Then his pants must have been pretty great." Hearing his witty response, the owner burst out laughing, and the man was given a chance to interview. But the real challenge began now. There were 20 interns in the company, and only one of them was going to get a permanent job. The biggest hurdle was that the internship was completely unpaid. The most daunting question before him was how he would support his son. Yet he refused to give up and started working the very next day. He would reach the office first every day and work with complete dedication. He finished his work early just so he could pick up his son from school on time. The manager often sent him to run small errands like fetching coffee or doing other chores, but he never complained. After some time, his hardships mounted. Due to his inability to pay rent, he and his son were evicted from their home. They had nowhere left to live. That night, they took shelter in a public restroom. The father spread papers on the floor so his son could sleep comfortably. When someone knocked on the door during the night, he sat silently, covering his son's ears. The man who had faced every challenge with courage until now was completely broken inside that night, yet he did not give up. During the day, he worked with all his might, and at night, he stood in lines with his son to secure a spot in a homeless shelter. Once his son fell asleep, he would sit under a dim light to study and learn new things. To make up for the lack of money, he even started selling his blood. With that meager money, he somehow managed to sustain himself and his son. One day, he got an opportunity to meet a high-profile client. The client asked him to reach his office within 20 minutes. He left immediately, but on the way, the manager assigned him another task. By the time he reached the client's office, the client had already left. He was disappointed, but he didn't lose hope. Over the weekend, he went straight to the client's house with his son and apologized for the delay. Seeing his sheer dedication, the client was deeply impressed. Although he didn't give him a direct deal right away, he introduced him to several new clients. Slowly but surely, his hard work began to pay off. Finally, the last day of the internship arrived. The manager called him into his office. To ease his anxiety, the man joked, "I wore a shirt today since it's the last day after all." The manager smiled and said, "Wear it tomorrow as well because your job starts tomorrow." Hearing this, the man fell silent for a few moments. Tears of joy welled up in his eyes. After immense struggle and countless hardships, his hard work had finally succeeded. He walked out of the office, clapped for himself, and moved forward with a smile. That day, he became certain that hard work and patience always bear fruit sooner or later.